getting vaxxed in the heart of Times Square, and the star power pushing people in the entertainment industry to get their shots.
Damn cloudy and cool for a little bit longer. Keyword little. I'll show you where we'll be by tomorrow morning.
A hometown tribute to DMX after the rapper died after suffering a heart attack. This is News 4 Now for April 12th. I'm Adam Kuperstein. New York City has now given out more than 5 million doses of the COVID vaccine, and today, Mayor De Blasio enlisted the talents of New York actors and actresses to help him open up a new vaccine site in Times Square. Hamilton creator and actor Lin-Manuel Miranda joined the health commissioner to open up this site. It'll be only for people working within the theater, TV, and film industries. The city is going to work closely with their unions to get the word out, and some big names in TV joined the mayor this morning to make the big announcement.
We want to gather again, and we want to tell stories in the dark. We cannot do that if we don't feel safe and if you don't feel safe. So the first step in that process is getting our vaccination shots, and the next steps will follow. I'm really grateful to these performers for making me cry again. And laugh again. I cannot wait to feel in a room with you guys again.
There will also be a mobile unit for off-Broadway workers and pop-up COVID testing sites organized by the theaters. For now, Broadway's 41 theaters remain closed through at least May 30th. The mayor said September is a more likely target date for shows coming back to life. The race to vaccinate getting a little bumpy, even as 3 million Americans get vaccinated every day. That's because fewer doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine are going out nationwide. Governor Cuomo says he expects an 88% drop in doses for New York this week. New Jersey and Connecticut are reporting similar rollbacks of J&J. But so far, we're not hearing of any vaccine appointments being canceled.
If you have an appointment, everyone's working to make sure that we can try to keep it. You just might not be getting Johnson & Johnson.
Nationwide, the federal government plans to give out 85% less of the J&J vaccine. And it's all because of a major manufacturing issue, a mix-up at a lab in Baltimore. Big snafu. But the Biden administration remains confident there will be enough shots available for every American by the end of next month. Students in New Jersey's largest school district have finally returned to the classroom, at least part-time. Newark schools reopening on a hybrid schedule today. Students will attend in-person class on Mondays and Tuesdays or Thursdays and Fridays. Newark schools had been operating remote only for more than a year. Parents didn't even have a choice. About 40% of families, though, opted for the in-person class time. And as part of the reopening plan, students or staff are all going to be tested weekly for COVID. The tributes continue for rap legend DMX. The city of Mount Vernon, his hometown, is going to hold a candlelight vigil this week in his memory. The rapper and actor, whose real name was Earl Simmons, was born in Mount Vernon. He grew up in Yonkers, and DMX died Friday at White Plains Hospital after he was put on life support following a heart attack. The candlelight vigil is going to take place on Wednesday at 4th Street Park, and masks are required. But police have arrested a driver for a hit and run that killed a federal judge from Long Island and seriously injured a 6-year-old boy. And you won't believe what that woman told police. Police say Natasha Snape swerved her car onto a sidewalk in Boca Raton, Florida on Friday, hitting the child and 75-year-old judge Sandra Feuerstein. Investigators say Snape may have been under the influence of bath salts and was fighting with paramedics while claiming to be Harry Potter. Judge Feuerstein served in New York's Eastern District since 2003. She was based at the federal courthouse in Central Iceland. Here's a commuter alert. If you use MTA bridges and tunnels, higher tolls are now in effect, and this involves the city's 9 crossings that don't go into New Jersey. Most importantly, you're going to be penalized if your Easy Pass is not properly mounted on your windshield, because in that case, you pay higher than the Easy Pass discounted rate. The city's transportation department has released a new rendering. It shows how the Brooklyn Bridge is going to look in a more bike-friendly form. The city plans to install a 2-way protected bike lane along the entire length of the bridge. But in order to do that, they're going to have to eliminate 1 lane that's currently being used by cars and other vehicles. The dedicated bike lanes are part of the Bridges for the People plan. Mayor De Blasio announced that during his State of the City address back in January. The Brooklyn company that made those so-called Satan shoes with rapper Lil Nas X has now agreed to voluntarily recall the shoes. It's all part of a legal settlement with Nike, and the settlement resolves a trademark infringement lawsuit that Nike filed over the sneakers. Satan shoes are customized versions of the Nike Air Max 97s and allegedly contain a drop of human blood in the sole. Refunds are being offered to anyone who bought those Satan shoes. It's been a dreary start to the work week, and tonight it's not looking much better, is it, Maria?
A pretty miserable feeling day for sure. And we're still going to be cloudy and cool, partly because we still have these east-northeast winds. I'm going to start there. It is still a chilly ocean, mid-40s. So whenever you have an east-northeast wind, that keeps the low-level moisture, it keeps the low-level chill. We still have it basically through tonight. Tomorrow, though, we start to see a little bit more of a shift to the north, and that should start to help us dry out a bit. But in the meantime, it is going to be a pretty gray and rainy evening. Through this evening, temperatures staying close to 50 degrees, occasional showers, not a total washout, and it should stay damp through at least early morning. And then as the sun comes up, and yes, the sun comes up and out by later tomorrow morning, temperatures will be starting off in the 40s. There's an opportunity to get some recovery there too for tomorrow afternoon, out of the 50s and back closer to 60 degrees.
We told you about businesses rising from the ashes during the pandemic, but one movie theater on Long Island is doing that quite literally. A fire 5 years ago all but gutted the Sag Harbor cinema, but now it is ready for its feature presentation. News 4's Greg Sergel shows us the big donors that helped it reopen.
Oh my gosh, it's reopened.
For some here in Sag Harbor, it's like the return of an old friend.
So it's good to see it.
Sag Harbor Cinema is today welcoming back patrons to watch movies.
The hens are clucking.
Nearly 5 years after this historic Main Street theater seemed lost forever.
The movie theater is now pushing dark brown smoke.
A fire ripped through parts of the theater on a frigid December morning. The damage seemed to many the death knell for the Art Deco structure that had survived some 80 years.
How would you describe the last 5 years since the fire?
Oh, an adventure.
The cinema's artistic director says she needed to pinch herself today. This unlikely reopening, she says, was made possible by an army of friends.
See how many names we have? It's over 2,000.
These patrons, whose names are scattered throughout the building, contributed roughly $17 million to save the cinema. Folks like Julie Andrews and Billy Joel. Most just people who loved coming here.
You know, there's nothing like it. This one is very special.
The new cinema looks very different from the original.
The biggest theater is 231 seats.
It now has 3 screens, a modern projection booth, a bar, and outdoor decks. But pieces of the old remain, like these seat panels and that iconic sign which was rescued from the flames.
The old and the contemporary have been combined. It really is a labor of love.
COVID protocols are being enforced here, with capacity at 33% for the first sold-out shows. The nonprofit group running the cinema is planning a big reopening celebration Memorial Day weekend. In Sag Harbor, Greg Sergel, News 4 New York.
And now let's check in with New York Live to see what they have for us today.
Today we are getting an inside look at Harlem Hops, the city's first black-owned craft beer bar. Let's check it out.
Yes, y'all, and we don't stop.
Okay, Kim, so tell me about Harlem Hops and what exactly a craft beer bar is.
A craft beer bar it's a bar that focuses on craft brews. We get the best brews from local breweries throughout New York City and tri-state area. But our goal is to make sure that beer lovers and enthusiasts and people that aren't familiar with beer learn more about beer through their experience here at Harlem Hops.
You guys celebrated your 2nd anniversary by helping the community. So I feel like some of the success has to be due to some good karmic energy because you guys have been giving back.
We were blessed and fortunate to be able to have our team unite, organize, and come up with a plan so that we can offer delivery and takeout. And wherever we saw anyone that needed help, we offered assistance. Our nonprofit organization, Harlem Hops, was able to give out more scholarships this year. And right now, we're focused on providing scholarships to Harlem residents that want to attend a HBCU, historically black college or university.
That's so nice. So you're continuing to pay it forward through this younger generation.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm so excited to try some of the beer and some of the bites. So should we head to the outdoor patio?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
First of all, this outdoor patio is so cute. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much.
I love the graffiti wall, and this just, I am so excited to try. So what do we have here?
So this is the Reuben by Chef Ashbel. Then we have this jerk chicken sausage, also a purveyor, local purveyor based out of Brooklyn. Then we have guma pies. This is a Ugandan brother that makes these amazing pies with African spices. And for the beer, we're working with Harlem Blue, a black-owned brewery based in Harlem. And then right here is Juice Bomb
Oh, I
IPA.
love Juice Bomb.
Yes, everybody, this is a very hot item here in New York City especially.
You are such a beer enthusiast and you found out so much information about this. I love that you're sharing it. So cheers.
Cheers to you as well. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.